Well, the good news, at some point, at some point on our journey, everybody starts to ask themselves, is this it? Is this all there is? Is this all there is? This can't possibly be all there is. Now, I'm certain we've all come to this place at some point in our life where we've said, is this all there is? Right? Because I know I certainly have. And then I realize it comes around again and again, where the universe brings us to a place where we're saying, I've got to look again. Is this all there is? Joseph Campbell said it like this. He said, sometimes you climb the ladder only to discover it's against the wrong wall. Yeah. Right? And how many times have I climbed the ladder and it was like a wrong wall, wrong wall, wrong wall, again and again and again. There's lots of insanity in the world that we live in. We understand that. There's wars and there's drugs and there's, insane shopping and violence and all that kind of stuff. But see, I know that if we're here, there's something within us that calls us to live from a deeper place. That calls us to live, something within us calls us to live from a place with greater heart and greater meaning. That something says, there's another way of living that's different than the cultural norm. Now, it's not easy. It takes practice, like so many things. And what I see again and again and again is people would rather change paths than stick to a path and actually do the practice. Because what happens is we find a place and say, okay, this seems pretty good. I like these people. I'll stay here as long as none of my stuff comes up. But as soon as my stuff comes up, I'm out of here. I'm finding another path. So I got to tell you, there is no path where your stuff will not come up. This is why people hop around all the time and they say, oh, I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. I don't know really what that means. Does that mean you just wear purple? I don't know. Because, if you say you're spiritual but not religious, then my question to you is, all right, so tell me about what you practice. Because there must be something that you are practicing. It's not just about a collection of tchotchkes. So Ernest Holmes gave this teaching where he said God is omnipresent. That means that God is everywhere equally present. In other words, there's not a spot where God is not. So you can't see or imagine or be any place where God is not fully and completely in expression, and that means in every single person that God is there. Now, in life, I understand we will all face lots of things. We will have a very wide spectrum of experiences, And so I know what, if you're like me, and I think you are, you're here, I get up in the morning and I'm committed. I want to be the light and love of the universe. That's what I'm here for, God. I'm here to be the light and love of the universe. And I do really well with that right up until somebody shows up and they're just a big jerk. And then all that desire to be the light and love of the universe goes out the window. It just disappears. And I catch myself and I say, wait a minute, now how do I want to be? Who do I want to be going through this experience? Because the science of mind teaches us there's no world out there. I want to say the problem is out there. I want to say this guy's a jerk. That's why, I am the way I am. But science of mind and metaphysics says, there's no world out there. It's all in here. It's our thought. It's our belief about life and people and our universe. Now, when I was a kid, if I was fighting with the other kids in the neighborhood, because, kids always do that, or fighting with my brother, and some adult or my mother would come in and break us up, what did we always say? Always say, oh, they did it first. They did, right? Kids, oh, they started it. They did it first. As if it actually mattered, right? So here's the thing. What people do is their karma. We have to get that. How we respond is our karma.